She will be giving speech number 2 from the Competent Toastmasters Manual, Overcoming Adversity. Traveling to Argentina alone to visit her fiance, Shanice S.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters
Good evening.
and guests. I wanted to share a story with you all about overcoming the adversity that I faced while traveling to Argentina. There's 4 steps that I can share with you all that you can use if you are trying to overcome your own adversities. The first step that I would use would be to change your perspective. Usually when you have something like a challenge to overcome, usually turn your positive into a negative. But really, you should turn your negative into a positive. So to start my story, I was traveling from Orlando to Miami, Florida. And my flight ended up getting delayed. So I was stuck in Miami on the first day that I was supposed to travel. So they ended up putting me in a hotel, and the next day I ended up going to the USO and eating all their food for 10 hours until my next flight. When I got on the flight, I met a lady named Maria. She was very nice. She was visiting her daughter in Miami, Florida. She told me that when she came to Florida that she had someone meet her on the plane, like how she met me on the plane, and she ended up, the girl ended up helping her while she was in the airport. So when we got to Argentina, she said, "I'll help you get her on the airport." So I was very gracious. When we got to Argentina, we went through the hustle and bustle of finding the bus. I finally got on the bus with all my bags. I had one large luggage bag on my right hand, one large luggage bag in my left hand, and another rolling bag with a backpack.
Oh.
So everyone was already looking at me like, is this girl moving here for the rest of her life? But no, I brought little trinkets and things to decorate the house with. So the next stop was to get onto the bus. And this is where I met a girl named Karina. She told me that she was in Florida teaching young children Spanish. So she traveled there for the summer. She showed me how to get to the taxi stop. Well, then I had to get to another bus stop, which was crazy because in America, you get on the bus and you go to your destination. There's not 3 stops in between. So I finally get to the final bus stop. And if you could picture it, it's like Greyhound times 10, but way worse. There's homeless people everywhere. There's people picking pockets.
Oh.
It's very dangerous and very scary. So I walked up to the bus stop like the Valley Girl with all my bags, and everyone was looking at me like, where does she think she's going on a bus with all these bags? So I was going to get my next bus ticket, and I noticed that it was on the 2nd floor. This is the crazy part. I didn't know how to get to the 2nd floor besides the elevator. I get to the elevator, and you have to use their currency. I didn't have their currency, so I had to use the escalator. But I had a billion bags. So I get to the escalator, and I get all the way to the top, and BAM! All 3 of my bags fell on the ground with me. So everyone in the airport's looking at me like, oh my gosh, this girl's so crazy. And there was 2 sweet little people standing in front of me. They're like, oh, I gotta just help this girl. She's a hot mess. So they're like, they didn't speak a lick of English, so I told them I need to get to Juanín, is the city where he lived. So the next step that I would say is meeting multiple people that can help you to get where you need to be. And they helped me get my ticket. I ended up going downstairs. They helped me with all my bags. And I ended up going downstairs and sitting around my bags like this, looking crazy even more. And I thought it was all over. It was 3 hours away, so I'd be there just enough time to meet my fiance. I get on the bus. I meet another lady named Jacqueline, and she showed me where to sit, and I'm thinking, great, the story's over, you know, I'm gonna be great now. I get on the bus, we literally stop, if you take the highway, on every single exit all the way. Like saying we're going from Tampa to Jacksonville, we're stopping at every exit all the way. So the 3-hour drive turned into 6 hours. My phone died, I didn't have Wi-Fi since I left the original airport. So then I finally get to the city where he was at. And this step, I would say, would be pay attention to your surroundings. I ended up in Junín, finally, but no one spoke English. So I didn't know how to say, where does he live? How do I get there? Can I call someone? No, because my phone's dead. And they don't have, like, our numbers. So I was like, I'm so close, but so far. And I just had to cry, y'all. I just had to cry. I thought that was just the end. So I ended up going up to the ticket booth, and I told the man, Junín, basketball of Junín. See the light? So that was the ticket to where I needed to be. The man ended up calling, making calls, and a man ended up coming behind me, tapped me on my shoulder, and was like, Forbes? Stephen Forbes? And that's my fiance's name, so I said, yes! That's where I need to go. So I know it's bad, but he took my bags with me, put them in the back of his trunk. Well, I went in the front seat. And we ended up going to his house. I walked behind him like I just trusted him. It could have went bad, but I ended up meeting his family, which was so sweet. Then we ended up going to the other player's house where I met the other player's wife. So I said all that to say, the fourth step is never give up. I did have to take a little break with crying, but don't give up. So to wrap up everything into my conclusion, I would say that there's 4 steps to overcoming adversity. You change your perspective, you meet someone that can help you out, you pay attention to your surroundings, and you never give up. Thank you.